Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch was launched in 2021. The example here retailed in 2022 from Urwerk. This is the UR-220 SL Asimov, a special edition inspired by the Isaac Asimov story Nightfall. The timepiece here is a science fiction watch for a science fiction author. And you can see it is a substantial piece, being the SL, large but light, with sapphire, forged carbon, and titanium caseback construction. In terms of size, difficult to describe, at least by traditional watch standards. So you can see we've got 43.8 millimeters from side to side. Then you measure it end to end, including the crown. I'm measuring from the tip of the case to the end of the crown. It's 53 millimeters, and then it's at its thickest point, 15.4 millimeters thick. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. Urwerk watches, even when large, tend to wear well on smaller wrists, and that is the case here. It's not supposed to be a bashful thing for a shrinking violet. It is a prominent watch, especially all black with neon green accents, but this is a watch that feels right. Even though my wrist isn't big and the watch is, it's a good match ergonomically, and I even think aesthetically. It's not going to fit underneath the cuff, especially with the shape of the case, though a jacket might clear, and you can see down the barrel, it's right about at the edge of my wrist, but not over, and by no means too big. It's only recently that Urwerk started shipping rubber straps, and that's exactly what we have right here. You can see a little piece of titanium blackened hardware, and then we've got the strap, which is rubber, make no mistake. It's got this pattern sort of hot stamped into it, and it has this lovely layered motif. Then we've got the contrasting stitch to match the dial, Urwerk branding, Velcro, so within the range of the Velcro you have infinite adjustments. And then what might feel like some sort of Velcro or felt on the bottom, this is actually a sort of evacuated and diffuse rubber. So though it feels velvety and felt-like, it's actually a form of fibrous rubber. Taking a look at the case now, you can see that you're going to need an Urwerk strap if you want this watch. So just keep that in mind. You can have something custom made, or you can reach out to Urwerk, but you're not just going to buy something off the shelf. Taking a look here, you can see that we've got a lot of little details that are often lost in the black on black aesthetic of these watches. I'm just going to do a quick walk around to show you some of them. You can see the grain of the carbon, such that no two will ever be exactly alike. Some of the nuance of the profile of the case on the reverse side, you can see it is a manual wind. It's got a Zenith Elite base, doing business as the UR-720. It is limited, although it's not going to be something that is limited to a hard number. It's going to be limited by virtue of slow production. This is actually a mechanism that is used to activate the watch when first received, and then as the watch operates, the count up to 39 months takes place, and this is your operation log, almost like the hours on an aircraft or boat engine. And when you get to 39, and remember it counts up, that's when you want to send it in for service. You can also see some elements of the Zenith Elite base underneath. It's been converted to manual winding, and it's still 4 Hertz. It's still a 48-hour power reserve. In theory, I guess you could stop the movement, though it doesn't really have a elaborate running display. It's more of a watch that packs a ton of action into each hour on the hour. Also important to note, it is a remarkably built-up movement, as you have the Zenith Elite base, but then a huge amount of manufacturer watchmaking on the top of this. So you've got 59 joules total, and the 4 Hertz beat rate playing out on a carousel that includes, well, let's just take a quick look. The actual arm bearing the hour, that's aluminum. The base plate is RCAP 40, and then the carousel is a form of grade 5 titanium, and it does have high horology decoration. This display system first debuted in 2007 on the UR-201, and the 200 series has been something approaching a flagship line for Urwerk. So it's not just a satellite hour, though it is that. By the way, if you're wondering how this works, here's your current hour. You read against the scale 45 minutes, so 11:45. As it moves towards 60, the incoming hour, which is 12, enters stage right. But watch what happens to this extended index as that occurs. It jumps. So that was the innovation introduced with the 201. Suddenly we had more than just a wandering hours complication. We also had a retrograde. What makes this really surprising is that it is also dramatically loomed for something that, at least at face value, comes from a genre where a huge amount of luminescence is usually cued by some sort of key lime elements, whereas this is more like lemon lime. And oh my goodness, is it loomed. Take a look up at the top. You have twin luminescent power reserve indicators. pull the crown back out real quick. And because the entire carousel is visible, over the course of a day, it's going to get pretty well energized. And so you can see how the retrograde scale, which is always facing the light, is always energized. Now let's talk a little bit, by the way, I'll show you a better view of all this. That is solid block lume. It is a material that carries the lume inherently, and we'll fire back up for a second, and you can see after a moment's charging, they're actually quite a bit brighter. Okay, now you see where it says number of days and day? We have a split power reserve, so it's a 48-hour power reserve, and this is the first 24 hours, and when this indicator reaches the end of its travel, then this one begins its travel toward the red zone, at which point the watch will stop if not wound. It does have high horology decoration, but it also has an enormous amount of depth to it, a depth of field that you rarely see on any watch. This is the likes of which you'll find on perhaps Urwerk, MB&F, and Grubel 4C watches that have cases that are basically vitrine displays for enormous movements, and that is the case here. It is a very sporty watch, but I would also recommend you not swim with it since it is a push-down crown and it's rated to 30 meters. There is just a lot to love here. And if you want to know where all of this theme comes from, go read Nightfall by Isaac Asimov. You might enjoy it, and in any case, it's always fun to read the past's idea of what the future might look like, so you can get deeply into that kind of science fiction. I guess the short version, for those of you who have an English test tomorrow, is that it's about a world where it's always daytime, and then suddenly, for the first time, night falls, and chaos ensues. But if you want to wear the watch, it is an orderly, finely tuned Swiss machine. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.